無量天尊. Hello everyone from tinyatdragon's YouTube channel. This is Sifu again, and today we're going to talk about this topic of the full moon and the new moon and stuff like that. And this topic will drag into my second video about what we call chutsat in our lineage. So remember to watch the other video following up with this one. Okay, so here we go. Some disciples and even some clients always ask me about the full moon, like what's so special about the full moon and the new moon and things like that. Well, basically, if you're being cursed or if you have evil crap inside you or something like that, like your internal system is dirty and filled with negative energies, okay, during the full moon, which is often the 15th, you will get the evil crap and stuff all surface out to the outside, and you will feel extremely crappy and extremely affected. And if your business is being cursed or someone put some evil magic on you or stuff like that during the full moon, all these things will kaboom and explode out of yourself, and you will see that the business will all of a sudden go boom and very bad stuff happen, or maybe it's like a lot of hiccups suddenly reveal. Okay, now the basic thing is you got to understand a 1 month cycle is basically you can see it like this. On the first day of the month, especially the lunar month, when you look at the moon, okay, the first day of the month is like it's starting up, okay, and then the end of the month is here again. Now, the full moon is raised, like the bar is going to go up like this, energy go to the max, and then it will drop back down. The whole thing is just like seeing the sun. The sun from morning, and then and here to the noon, super hot and stuff, and then it dies down, okay? So basically, it's a very similar pattern. And then at night, it dies down and no sun, and then it goes back up again the next cycle. Always like a mountain, okay? This kind of graph. Now, if you understand the theory in our lineage, which we call the Saam Law, the Saam Law theory, there's always the Tin, Day, and Yan stage, okay? The 3 stages. What it means is basically the Tin is like the sky, okay, where all the resources are stored in. It's like a resource pool. All these resources from the above, okay, will go into the ground. With the ground absorb all the resources and process them. And then when it's time that this thing is done processing, it will boom and perk back up into the Yan stage, which we call the blossoming stage or the growth stage, or you can call it the human stage. Basically, it means something is grown, okay, out of the ground. So imagine like, okay, some kind of stuff from the sky, like rains, anything, element from the sky. It dropped, and then the ground absorb, and pack it in, okay, and then up to a certain point, the thing inside the ground get changes happening, and then something go and back up, okay? So basically, this is the pattern of how energy works. And so the first day of the month is the first stage where the resources are coming down from the sky, meaning like it's the same pattern, not really the sky up there, okay? It's coming from what we call the pre-heaven dimension, the dimension before reality is formed. So this stage is very mild, and you're connecting in new energies into this world, okay? But these energies, you cannot see it, and they're not felt. They're not something that is grown out already, which is visible. So they're not like energy as in, you see the thunder, lightning, and rain. Those are form, like those are what we call post-heaven element. Those are already born. That's why you can see it. Like water, it's already there. That's why you can see water. Okay, this stuff is what we call pre-heaven energy. It's from another dimension that is not visible, but it will affect you, and you will feel the changes. As in, well, it changes the way you feel, like your heart. Okay, this heart. So it changes the way you feel right here, not like right here, okay? So there's no logic to this thing. It affects you without you being able to process the changes with your brain. But it affects the way you feel, okay? And sometimes this energy come in and it's not good for you. Well, the problem is you will lose the willpower to go on. The kind of heart energy that tells you that you have a direction in life. You know where you're going. This is your path, okay? You're weak in this thing. Well, suddenly you want to suicide. You want to give up. You think it's hopeless. Everything is bad, okay? Like that. It's like your future is very gray out. Okay? It's all about your future, your potentials. So, during the first of the lunar month, in our lineage, our normal cultivation, okay, you will for sure open altar Changsan and do what we call those wealth magic to welcome in more good energies that will shape up your potential, to boost your luck and stuff like that. Okay, these kind of stuff. Now, as the time go on and on and on and on and on and on, okay, it reaches to the point where it's about the middle of the month. Okay, the middle of the month is when the stuff is all inside the ground, like all these pre-heaven energies are absorbed already, and they're about to push back out to the surface. Okay, that's basically when the full moon is around that kind of day. Okay, and that's when the energies, the stuff inside, it's going like not sinking down anymore, but it's pushing up. Okay, so a corresponding pattern is that things inside your body is also pushing out. This is like the time where you feel things are going to take action. Things are going to like kick into effect, you know, things like that. Now, if you have a lot of good things accumulated before this day, then right now, during the middle of the month, when the full moon comes, okay, all these things are going to surface, and you can now like see it happen. You will see it launch out to reality. Okay, so basically that's the time to help all these good stuff inside to come out. And well, not everyone have the best energy body, and a lot of them have fucked up energy body. So in our lineage, we do what we call the chutsat, which is to kick out or get rid of the sat, which is the stuff, the energy that is clogging the system and preventing the good things to surface out of you. Okay, now sometimes if you have a lot of sat or a lot of like evil crap energy inside you blocking the system, then it's like your skin, okay, the pores are all blocked by some dirt and smoke and smog and all that stuff. And then you feel what? You feel suffocated, you feel tired, you feel crappy inside, and you feel you cannot go on. Okay, it's like, okay? And then whatever you want to do, you cannot do it because all these things are like stuck everywhere, right? Things cannot, it's like your body cannot breathe. So during this time, people are like when they're dirty, their energy body sucks and they got attacked and whatever, okay, all that stuff. Okay, your energy body will act up a lot during these days because things are trying to come out and all the evil crap there is blocking you and screwing up your cycle. So in order to fix that, you have to do what we call a chutsat. Stay tuned for the next video for the detail on this thing, okay? But anyway, you get the idea. So when people are actually doing evil magic on other people, trying to hurt them, jam in their way, ruin their success, they will choose these kind of dates. Not that the full moon have stronger energy, but it's because during these days, everyone energy flow. It's like trying to push out the inside stuff to the outside so that your inner power or your inner energy, your inner potential can be released to this world and transform into reality. It's like saying, okay, now it's a stage when you're done making this whole cake and all this like banquet, a lot of food, okay, in the kitchen. You're done, okay? Now, on the 15th, it's like the day when you take all this good stuff, all the finished cake and all that stuff, you know, the cake with a few layers stacked up, you know, that kind of stuff. You're all done, right? It's supposed to go out to the table and serve. Now, the bad guys will want to fuck you up right here. You know, when you're taking all your cake and banquet and food, okay, you're like this, going out, and then the bad guy comes and trip you, do something to your leg, and you go, uh-oh, okay, everything done is ruined, right? All the cake fall down, all the food got ruined and things like that. You know, when evil things or evil people, when they want to fuck you up, they often wait until you're done with your stuff. Like, oh, you're done making a project? Good. Spray paint it. See? They want to waste all your time first. All your energy, all your things that you created, this good stuff, and then they're like, okay, let's fuck it up. Right? That's what evil things are doing. They always like to fuck you up when you're all done with your things, right? Okay, you're done making your computer, let's pee into it. Okay, that's what happened, right? When you're done building a house, okay, let's wreck it. That's what evil crap is doing. So when people are doing evil magic on you, that's why they choose the full moon. Because, like, they don't know this theory, or maybe they do, okay? They don't know, but they will still choose it because it's the natural thing. When they want to do this kind of stuff, they will sense when it's the best to do this kind of thing. So they will naturally choose these kind of data. And it's very similar all around the globe, okay? Like all different cultures, when they do evil crap to people, they will choose this kind of time. But you know what? If you're really like knowing what you're doing, okay, you can always put evil magic and magic to hurt people any day you like. But basically, the common way, okay, they choose these kind of date, okay? Now, that's why some people will feel extremely crappy during these days. And then after the 15th, okay, when you're closer to the end of the month, that is a time when the growth of the energy is done and die out, okay? Now, what do I mean with die out? It's concluding. It's like when a flower is done blossoming, then they go like that, right? But it's not a bad thing. Because when the flower goes like that, and then it falls back to the ground, it decays, and then the nature can have what it needs again. Nature don't need the fresh flowers, right? Because nature gives birth to the flower. Whoa, sorry. Okay, so nature gives birth to the flower. It doesn't need the flower. So nature needs the flower when the flower is dead, like that dead flower, okay? So at the end of the month, around the last 3-5 days of the month, okay? This is the concluding period when energy is done, like going outside, you know, exposing the energy, the power outside. It's all done, okay? Now, it's time for the residue, the crappy, dead energy to go back to nature, go back to the what we call the pre-heaven, and the nature will absorb it as whatever it needs, and you know, just like recycling, right? You put the garbage back out to the garbage center, the recycle center, and there goes a new cycle to come. So your potential for the next month and the next month or the next month, based on how well you conclude that month. During the time you conclude, okay, during the time that you're concluding the month, if you don't conclude well, okay, you're like the source that give you the potential will not have any replenishment from you. Okay, so it's like your let's say your boss. Okay, give you all this good stuff and you're happy and you use the money. Okay, now at the end of the month, you're supposed to give something back to the boss so the boss can provide you something new later on. But if you don't conclude properly and you don't conclude well, the boss don't have anything. Well, yeah, he can still pay you for a few months. But later on, he will keep reducing whatever's potential is supposed to be for you. And so that's why at the end of the month, we will do something called the concluding in our lineage. When you conclude the altar, conclude yourself, conclude whatever. It concludes everything. It gives back time, okay? Giving back to the source where you take from. And because of that, you'll have a greater future to come. Because you gave back, the source can replenish, grow again, grow more, and later on you'll have more stuff. Okay, so that's the brief lesson on full moon, new moon, and stuff like that. So if you have any question, feel free to leave in a comment below. And also, if you like to learn these Taoist magic, feel free to email us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!